in the U.S. Senate.
What inspired you or made you want to run for this position? Like thinking about coming from a position of social work and coming from a more like educated background, recognizing all of the different positions of power. What about this position made you want to be like the Congress seat?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's kind of a there's several things that kind of coalesced that made me be like, yeah, this the move. Um, so first off, I never thought I would be stepping into politics like this. I was very much content in doing my advocacy outside of politics and around mental health and things like that. I was a senator in college for one term and in student government, and that was the extent of my political experience at that time. And so, kind of watching how things have played out in our country from a psychology, from a social service perspective, right, and seeing how people have struggled to have their basic needs met, and still struggling. Like I said, I've been in social services for over a decade. I'm 37. Um, so I like seeing this and working with this population of folks and addressing these issues on a day-to-day basis definitely contributed to that. And then I want to say it was in 2013, we were talking about Representative Maxine Waters. So the Congressional Black Caucus had a talk. I can't remember what the topic was, but Representative Maxine Waters was one of the speakers. She talked about a bunch of things and specifically focused on how we in our communities, when people are trying to step into political spaces, we tend to, not support them, shun them. We think they're too radical, things like that. And one of the things that she mentioned, she was like, people come up to her all the time and say, go Maxine, keep doing what you're doing. She was like, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, but when y'all go send me some help.
That's real.
And that was one of those moments where I was like, I want to be that help. And so that got me kind of in the space of thinking about if this could happen. And then the nail in the coffin for me was on the heels of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, us watching them literally get murdered. We have this insurrection at the Capitol, right? And for me watching that, I was in tears, first of all, because all I was thinking about was we have this group of predominantly white men and women who are storming the Capitol because their person lost, destroying shit. Oh, sorry, destroying stuff. Threatening to kill our vice president and the chain of command. This whole thing, right? It was wild, and then everybody just got to go home.
Yeah, they still don't sit right with me to this day. You know what I mean? It is what it is, though.
Everybody just, except for the one woman who got shot. But that was a thing that really stood out to me because people who look like you and me have had interactions with law enforcement for far less. They didn't get to go home. They didn't get to go to their families. You know what I'm saying? They got put on a T-shirt, right? We doing hashtags. We doing in remembrance of. And so seeing that I think a day or two after that is when I was like, I'm gonna file to run because why not? Why not me if no one else?
It is time to take off the handcuffs. It's time to get in it. It's time to call it like it is. Don't come here and tell me, Maxine, you keep on doing what you do. Maxine gonna keep on doing what you do. But when you gonna give me some support?
You always told me it takes time. How much time do you want for your progress?